everybody, Jason up, New 80's Revolution down here in the cave. It's late. It's like 10:30 p.m. even. Yeah, we just got home from a thing called the Festival of Lights. And you'll see a little clip of that tomorrow. But, you know, that's why it's still day 21. Day 21 of the 25 Days of Christmas in the 80s here on the New 80's Revolution. What was I going to say? Yeah, that's what we did tonight. So it's called Victor Hills Country Club. It's a really nice golf course, about 50 minutes away, and they decorate it all in lights. Like, you drive through the whole course, and there's awesome light displays everywhere. So we do it every year, and you can tune in to like some channel on the radio and listen to Christmas music, but I have satellite, so we just have the Holiday Classics satellite channel playing, and it's better because it's like from the 40s. There's nothing worse than, like, you know, Taylor Swift butchering a 100-year-old song or whatever from, you know, for Christmas. It drives me nuts. So anyway, there's more curmudgeon-ness out of me. All right, so that's that's what we did tonight. Tonight will be kind of a quick video, but a very interactive one. Yes, indeed. You guys get to choose my next several months, possibly my next 6 months. Who knows? I'll let you know what I mean by that. Tomorrow we're going to finally take a look at XOX's most recent releases, plural. I can tell you this: Galoob is invading the LJN land hardcore, and we've got a contest to run tomorrow, and I will put that video up. You will see her latest 2 releases, and then we will again discuss the details of the contests that you are all familiar with. So that'll be tomorrow. That'll take us to the 22nd. So that'll be the 22nd, and the 23rd is Friday. And I think on Friday we'll do something. I'm either going to talk about, you know, comparing Christmas now versus Christmas then, back in childhood, and just kind of have a discussion with you. We might do that. I think I had one other idea, but yeah, we'll see. I don't know. And then Christmas Eve, maybe we'll just show you some family stuff, and then Christmas Day will be the haul, and then I'm probably gonna like be done for like a day or two, and then jump right into the remodel that everybody's excited about. Okay, so it has taken me 6 months, but I have finished Growing Pains. Here is season 7, and let me tell you, this show. Take a look at this cover. Very, very bootleggy, very faded and odd. I don't know if this is a burn on demand. Yeah, it's from Warner Archive, and I think Warner Archive did like a lot of burn on demand stuff. So you order it and then they make it for you. I don't know if this was one of them, but this cover is looking like I made it in like 2002 on my you know, HP printer. But anyways, that's besides the point. The show is catapulted to the top of my list of favorite shows. Growing Pains is so good. And it actually ends in 92. You know, so we do creep into the 90s, but man, oh man, I love this show so much. And I thought that season 7 was going to be jump the sharky a little bit, because we've got the addition of Leonardo DiCaprio, of all people. But it's not that bad. It's not that bad. He's okay. He's tolerable. In fact, he's not in the last couple of episodes. I don't know if he's like filming Gilbert Grape or I don't know, Titanic or whatever he did. But he's not in the last few episodes. And it's a great story with Luke. You know, he's basically a homeless kid that is sleeping at the school in the like the mop closet of the school that good old Mike Seaver is teaching at, and he gets discovered, and of course the Seavers and all of their sweetness and kindness pretty much adopt him, and he lives with them through season 7. And he's fine. He's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. He's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. Now, Leonardo DiCaprio, Luke, does not take anything away from season 7. Neither does Little Chrissy. And Little Chrissy is not my favorite Seaver. I can tell you that much. She's not. Because kid actors drive me nuts. These over adulty 7-year-olds drive me absolutely bananas. But she's okay. She's okay. Look, if you're not familiar with Growing Pains, I don't know what you're doing watching this channel, but you know, great family show. They really don't push the envelope with hot button issues, whatever those were in the late 80s. They do deal with a death. You know, there's a death of there's like a drunk driving accident that kills, Carol's boyfriend, like in season 4 or 5. That's it. They don't deal with anything else. They don't deal with drugs. They don't deal with sex. There's nothing really like, big special episode. It doesn't really have that here. It's just such a good show. Unfortunately, season 7 is pretty much the peak of Tracy Gold's eating disorder. Well-documented eating disorder. And it's very sad because she's in just a few episodes of season 7 and she is probably at her sickest point. She probably weighs about 100 pounds and really looks ill. And this is about the time where she's hospitalized for the eating disorder, and it's just dangerous. And she gets suspended from the show basically for looking the way she does and weighing what she does, and obviously struggling with an eating disorder. I don't know if suspended meant punishment. I doubt that, but I think they just gave her some time off. And in fact, one of the last 4 or 5 episodes, they basically, I think, rewrote the episode or tailored the episode around a missing Tracy Gold, because they do, she's in Paris, of course, or she's studying somewhere abroad, I don't know. And they, Ben Seaver does a videography, he like goes and interviews all the family members and say something nice to Carol, and Carol, we miss you. And I really think that was actually done for Tracy Gold, because at the end of the show, at the end of the episode, as they're, they say their last line and they're kind of heading to credits, they flash a graphic on the scene that says, "We miss you, Carol," and then they kind of cross out Carol and they say, "We miss you, Tracy." And I thought that got me a little, I got a little sniffly with that one. Like, that was heavy. Working in mental health, I don't work with eating disorders. It's not my anywhere near an area of expertise. And I really feel like females are predominantly struggling with eating disorders, just statistically. I think that those females should work with other females. So I don't do eating disorders, but I do mental health, and it's just hard, to imagine that she's trying to, do the show, and she's committed to the show, and she's a big part of it, and she's struggling with this off-camera stuff. So, and she's much better. Obviously, she healed and recovered and is doing fine. But great show, honestly. If you have not seen it, or if you've just seen it like bits and pieces throughout childhood, like most of us, most of us Most of us say like, oh, I think I saw every episode, and then you didn't, like you watched, did you watch it consistently 7 years in a row? I think I did that with Full House, maybe when I was a kid. But if you have not seen it in a while, I don't know where it's streaming. I assume it's streaming somewhere. The DVDs are still relatively cheap. You can get each season for like $20. And then there's 2 movies that I did not get yet. And I will move on from this without seeing the movies. I might go back and see the movies at some point. Go see it. It's so good. It's so good. I mean, there's something that I wanted to note. Dudley from Different Strokes is Ben Seaver's friend for a handful of episodes. So, slightly grown up Dudley, right after Different Strokes is ending in like 89, I think, Dudley jumps over and he's in a couple of episodes of Growing Pains. Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. Okay, so that's that. That's Growing Pains. We did it. We're done. The last show that I finished was Golden Girls. I finished it in June of 2022. I finished this 6 months later, and now we're diving into the next show that I'm going to watch. And I have kind of randomly chosen 3 TV series, and you're going to pick which one you want me to watch. It's true. The way the house is set up, like when we do Christmas, we kind of like in the room that the tree is in, we kind of compact the furniture, like the bookshelves and little units of whatever drawers and shelving that we have, and we kind of push them up against the wall a little bit so we can get the tree in. Well, the shelf that holds my television shows on DVD, I can't get the doors open because it's like pushed up against the wall and the couch is there, so I can only get a few things out. So you get to choose whether or not I watch 22 episodes, I believe probably 1 season, of Alien Nation. Yeah, that's right. 89 to 90 was Alien Nation on Fox. I do remember watching this with my father. Probably not all 22 episodes, probably nowhere near, but it's in the collection. It has not been opened yet. So am I watching Alien Nation? Am I watching Kenny Rogers' The Gambler, which is not necessarily a TV show, but a miniseries that aired in who knows? I don't know when it aired. None of us know when it aired, do we? Maybe 87, 86, maybe. When did Kenny Rogers' The Gambler air? Why don't they just put the dates on the package? Like, why do I have to search, for the date of The Gambler? Yeah, it still doesn't tell me. Oh, whatever, Kenny Rogers' The Gambler. All right, don't let my frustration make you vote against The Gambler. I love Kenny Rogers, always have, love him, and it's like a 4-part miniseries or something, and then there's a part 2, The Gambler: The Adventure Continues. I have no problem watching this. So let me know if you want to vote for the miniseries of Kenny Rogers and The Gambler, Alien Nation, or the 80's version of The Twilight Zone. That's right, a short-lived, I assume. No, not short-lived. It aired from 85 to 89. This is a 13-disc set. I do not know how many episodes we have, but it's 37 hours. And I'm guessing each episode's about a half hour, so we might be looking at like 70 episodes of the 80's version of The Twilight Zone. I am looking forward to that. Bruce Willis, Morgan Freeman, Helen Mirren, Martin Landau, and then some shorts written by Ray Bradbury, Stephen King, Wes Craven. So here we go. The 80's version of The Twilight Zone, Kenny Rogers, The Gambler miniseries, or the 22 episode short-lived Alien Nation. Your call, and of course we'll review them. Now we're probably going to review them in a little bit more in-depth because I haven't seen any of these. Alien Nation, I don't remember. I get the concept a little bit. I know there was a movie. I've never seen any episodes of the 80s Twilight Zone. I do not remember if I've ever seen even clips of The Gambler, and I've only seen a couple episodes with my dad of Alien Nation back in 1989. So your choice, you choose. I'll only keep the voting open until probably like Friday night, because I'll probably start watching this stuff Friday night. So you guys vote until like midday Friday. I'll close it off, and I'll just pick the one that you guys chose. So let's go. All right, that is all. Thank you all very much for hanging out. It's day 21, 25 days of Christmas. Santa's coming. We're all pumped. Hope you are. Talk to you soon. Good night now.